All right. So welcome back to the We Love the Game podcast. It's me, Tone, aka Bo Cephas, with Corey, Mr. Outsider for Life, showing the Bengals hat. I don't think they'll be too great this year, but they do have a good quarterback coming off an ACL injury. But we'll see. Go Browns. Our guest right now, we have, if you played flag football in the city of Cleveland the last, I'm not sure how many years, but you got to know this man, Mr. Torre Bogan, one of the best defensive players in the state, not just in the city, definitely. And everybody who's seen him play knows I'm not just saying that. So how you doing today, sir?
I'm well. How are you, Jermaine?
Good, man.
Good to see y'all, fellas.
Good. No doubt. I ain't seen you on the field that much this year. You know what I'm saying? See you in camp.
I've been taking a little hiatus.
Right. Look like it. Look like you. I mean, even though you in town, look like you on a beach somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Umbrella, probably some dirt naked freaks behind you somewhere.
The Rusty River. It's an illusion. Don't be fooled.
All right. So I know you have some things you wanted to talk about. So we'll just jump right into it. Because I know you have some things on your mind. First of all, I'm not sure exactly where to start. I know you wanted to talk about we can go to last weekend, and you wanted to get into it and about the officiating and everything that happened last weekend with the rec playoffs, GCFFL rec playoffs. So what did you have on your mind about that?
As far as the whole upper players, lower players whole thing that was going on, or the officiating with our games?
You want to talk about them both? We can get into it all. For
sure. So I mean, as far as the officiating, I don't really have no real issue with the officiating in the game. I may have thought a call should have went a different way, but it's 1,000 calls that can go a different way. I probably was more adamant about that a week ago than I am today.
Yeah. And go ahead.
No, you go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I have that play, and I'll post it. I'll post it once we post this, because I do have that recorded. And once we post this, I'll post it. That. Yeah.
I'm interested to see that.
Okay, and I will post it. I meant to, because I went to the games the other day, and I was talking to Randy about it. And he told me, how, after the game, everything was cool. In the middle of the game, I know things get heated. But he told me how after the game, everything was cool and everything, and how it was a pretty bang play. And the play in question, to give people a little insight, was the quarterback for the Legends King was what was he, rolling right? And was it you that pulled the flag?
Yeah.
And it was a question, and he threw the touchdown. It was a question of whether the flag was pulled before the touchdown, or if he got the ball off before the flag was pulled. And that's pretty much what it was. And like I said, I'll post that so people can see.
Yeah. And without even seeing it, I could be wrong when I see it, because I seen it in real time. I was kind of upset because I didn't feel like it was a bang play. I felt like I seen the ball at his hip before his whole wind up to throw. So that's why I kind of was upset about it. And really, I was upset more so because just like when me playing with those guys, I played with them since last year, and we lost in the championship to them last year. And our team is the same exact team that we had last year. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I know I've seen a lot of people talking about like a lot of teams boosting up for the playoffs and things like that, which me personally, I don't care. Like, it happens in upper, probably before all this money was on the line.
Right.
Every playoffs teams come stacked. And it's like, y'all got to play flag football at the end of the day. It don't really matter who you have. But with that being said, though, with us coming back with them same group of kids as the bottom seed and beating probably the top seed and probably one of the best teams in rec, I feel like with that the Youngstown team, I forget what they're called.
Youngstown Elite.
Yeah. So it's like just all them factors. It's like it hurt for for those young kids, all them kids is like 19, 20, 21 years old.
Yeah.
Their first time playing, losing in championship and losing in another championship because of a iffy call. So that's probably why I got caught up in the moment. But with that being said, it's like I got nothing but respect for Randy and all them dudes. So it's like I can't call them out on a bad call. I make bad plays, you know what I'm saying? Even if it was a bad call or if he was right, regardless, you know what I'm saying? It happens at the end of the day. But yeah, as far as I don't think it's a huge deal, but I do think there has to be some type of rules in place as far as the lower players playing upper and all that, because it's like for these cats that just play lower only, it takes the fun out of it if all these upper dudes is gonna come for the playoffs. And really, when the big plays matter in the big games, those upper players are the ones that are going to be getting a shine, and that defeats the purpose of the lower league.
Right. I agree. It's I'm not gonna put the team out there, but it's sad because the directors is caught in a catch-22 because at the end of the day they want people to participate. Of course, they want to make money, but the reason I'm saying I don't want to call the team out, I know that there's a team that play rec. They've told one of the directors if they can't have upper players, they won't play. You feel me?
Yeah.
I think, just from your smirk and that, I think who I'm talking about. We ain't got to throw them out there. You know what I'm saying? But that's at me. If I was a director, and Tone always tell me, you know what I'm saying? Like, Corey, you can be a director, this, that, and the third. I personally don't have the patience. And I personally, Torre, we've been battling each other for years. You know what I'm saying? Like going back and forth, indoor, outdoor, you know what I'm saying? Like from a competitor to another. I don't like when the rec players talk. You feel me? Like I don't like when they get to talking, but then they complain about upper players.
Mm-hmm.
And like, which one do the upper players matter or do they don't matter? You know what I'm saying? Is it only when it goes against you? You know what I'm saying? Like when you're on the receiving end and you lose, now it's the upper players matter. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's the part that irritates me. But if I was a director, if you want to drop out the league, just drop out the league. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, if it's rec, I wouldn't let no upper players come play rec. That's me. I'm locking the rosters in from day one. You know what I'm saying?
So when you say no upper players come play rec, you mean someone that's on basically. We're not talking about the caliber or quality of players because that's hard to judge in something like this. You just mean someone if they're on the Outsiders roster or if they're on Bison's roster, they can't come play with the team in rec. Is that what? Okay. Absolutely,
and I'm glad you worked that too. So that's what a lot of people get misconstrued. Like when they say upper players, I mean that's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? I hear people talk. People say I'm a rec player, whatever. And I've told athletically, absolutely. Strength-wise, mental, there's nothing rec about me. You know what I'm saying? I'm older now, 43.
Strength-wise, you strong?
What?
You strong?
Man, yeah, I'm strong. Paul Pierce.
Hey, I'm not. I'm not gonna say who asked me this because I actually can't remember who said it. But somebody came to me and asked. They asked yesterday. They said, "Hey man, why is Corey blocking with his shoulders?" And I said, "I don't know. He probably never played O-line in high school or nothing, so I don't know if he knows how to block."
You feel me? That's my second season doing it. You know what I'm saying? And when I did with my shoulders, I know what play they talking about. Because the dude tried to bull rush me. Like he looked at me and he bit his lip. I knew what he was about to do. So I'm like, you know what? I ain't about to use my arms. I'm about to use my shoulder. I know exactly what play you're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like I said, I kind of got the Paul Pierce thing. I go to the gym, but I don't get definition. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Only time I had some definition is when I went vegan, and that's because I'm losing weight. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, it's to each his own who feel a person is a rec player or upper player, but if you want upper rock, to me, you can't go play rec. You know what I'm saying?
If you do that, then the leagues would lose out on so many teams. You know what I'm saying? So much. Right. It wouldn't even be enough teams to fund the leagues. You know what I'm saying? Because what teams don't got upper players?
Right.
Like, even if it's not the usual ones we think of, it's still some cats that's on some random team in upper. You know what I'm saying? And a random team in lower. Probably like more than 50% of the league.
Right.
I don't think you could just exclude all of them. That would be cool. That would be good if we had enough people in Cleveland flag football to run 2 self-sustained leagues. But I don't know that we have that all, you know what I'm saying, the organization in one place. I feel like it maybe need to be a real true limit of 2, 3, you know, whatever that number may be, players.
Right.
And then those players are, like you said up front day one, like this is our roster. These are our 3 players from upper, whatever. And that it just don't switch all season.
Right. So I would say just from, because, you know, y'all didn't go to East Coast Nationals. I mean, you did anyway. There was other people there, you know, and so I look at, you know, how many I counted between Richie's league and between Mark's league. I think I came up with, so Richie, you know, Richie got rec, semi-pro, and a pro division when he's by himself. You know what I'm saying? So I count semi-pro. I don't know what the hell semi-pro is. Semi-pro is rec in Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? So let's say semi-pro rec in Richie's division and in Richie's league, and then you got rec in Mark's league. There's a total, there's definitely about 30 teams. It's about 30 teams, right?
Yeah. So
you take, you know, the teams that play upper, and some of the teams that play upper, they are, I mean, we can say that they're rec teams. You know what I'm saying? Like we can say that they're rec teams, but they just want to play in upper. They want to compete. Like that assassin team that play in Euclid. You know, the quarter leg. I admire him for his heart. You know what I'm saying? He may be throwing his money away, but obviously Pete, you know what I'm saying? They try to win the money in upper. So I think we have enough teams to where you could set it to where, okay, you got this rec league, you know what I'm saying? And you got this upper league, and none of the upper players can go play in the rec. The only problem is, are those teams, you know, like, are they having fun? Do they want to win? They like, damn, we need somebody that's the cream of the crop. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, giving you praise. I don't know if you saw one of the videos. I said, going into the rec playoffs, I said, is Torre playing with the Titans, right? And they said, yeah. I was like, well, against the old world stars, if Torre shows up, and this is my opinion, and this is why I want to say, in my opinion, you shouldn't let no upper players play rec, because I feel that you alone can dictate that game. That's the skill set that you have. That's the knowledge that you have. That's the toughness that you have. That's why I say it's this gap between rec and upper, for real, in my opinion. Because if one man can do that, and keep in mind, this is my opinion. If you can do that, that's kind of saying that rec is not discrediting you, or not, you know what I'm saying, belittling you or your skills or anything. But if you can do that by yourself, that's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my opinion. That's why I say no upper players at all. But then, like you said, it's always going to be controversy because some of the teams won't play. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they won't be able to compete.
So if you say no upper players at all, I agree with what Torre said. 2 to 3 or whatever, lock the rosters at the beginning of the year. Rosters should be locked week 1, at most week 2 of the season. I agree with that, because you can say that goes back to, if you say upper players, that goes back to, are they upper player in quality or upper player in name? They can be on somebody's roster and somebody's roster in upper and not necessarily be of a better caliber of player than someone in the rec league.
Yeah. So the thing is, like y'all said, you know, I'm not in disagreeing with y'all. You know, a part of me. So when you say, let's say you say 3 players, right? Mm-hmm. Let's just say the three players on the Titans was Torre and Jermaine. Who do you think is winning that league?
It depends. It depends. See, I feel like any given Sunday. I feel this. My mind stays different, man. I feel like any given Sunday, you can win. And I feel like if you had the right mind state going in, and you had the right game plan, and you had the right team, you can still win. It depends. It depends on who you have on your team. It depends on your mind state. If you get scared, if you go out there and get scared for who you see across from you, then they're gonna win.
Right.
They're gonna win. But no, I'm not gonna necessarily say you give them those three, even though those three are great players. I'm not gonna necessarily say they'll win.
And it's like when we was a damn drive or a play away from winning that shit.
Yeah.
I'm the only damn upper player on our team. You know what I'm saying? And that's if you want to call me an upper player. If we going by rosters, I ain't no upper player this session.
See, that's what I'm saying. If you go by rosters, hold on.
We got zero upper players.
Y'all hold on. If you go by rosters, you had zero upper players. If you go by talent wise and experience,
yeah, we had that.
You had a few.
Right.
But
yeah.
And you definitely are a different caliber of player to them. And I'm not taking I'm not taking anything away from anybody else, but you definitely are a different caliber of player. But those young boys, and like you said, they are young. I like that team. I actually like that team.
And I don't like I appreciate all the love and respect. And it's like I feel like I've probably earned it. I've been playing this shit probably since I've been like 15, 16 years old because of my dad. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and work my way up from being my dad's son, T-Dog's son, for about 10 years to actually get some respect. But with that being said, bro, it's like people be saying like I appreciate y'all saying that I brought that team along, make them do, got them where they are. But I don't feel like that at all. I feel like them young dudes is talented.
No, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, I know. I was to back what you're saying. Like, it's a talented young group of kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might come in and make some plays. 50 may be, you know what I'm saying, doing his thing and Hoss adding his knowledge, but I don't want it to seem like their core group of kids isn't essential to the whole thing, because they really are. It's not like we just carried them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No. Make our plays, but they're carrying us for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
I mean,
playing with them.
They young and they just kept moving and full of energy and everything.
Play hard.
Yeah, they do.
Each one of them. Even they make a mistake, but they make it 100 miles per hour playing hard.
Yeah, Tone said that. Tone gave them a lot of praise. Even when they play y'all play old World Stars. He said, Hoss might have had a bad game where he was throwing some ducks, but he said he saw those receivers. Whenever these young dudes, he was like, hey, they was getting open.
Yeah, the first time, I believe it was the first time y'all played old World Stars before the playoffs. I saw those young boys in behind in the secondary all game. Hoss couldn't get the ball to him at that time, but I saw it. I'm like, ugh, if he was getting the ball to him, it would be ugly. Yeah, it would be real ugly.
Right.
And Hoss did a good job too. I mean, Hoss down there 6 years old.
Yeah.
He did a good job, literally. Down there 6 years old, but
yeah,
he did a good job leading them for real. Because like before the first season, like they was practicing and all type of stuff before I even had got involved, like teaching them the game. That's why now they only 2 years in, but you see they play more polished than some of these upper teams that we talking about.
Right.
And not just that one that you said earlier, that random, like some of the real core upper teams. You know what I'm saying? So it's like just off of playing together and that practice and that continuity.
Right.
So I'm gonna segue into something else, but real quick before I do that, have you heard anything? How's my one dude from the Titans that hurt his leg that game? Have you heard anything about him?
BJ, yeah. When he went to, he's up there all day.
Yeah.
I think he went to the urgent care.
Okay.
And he said it was like a sprain.
Okay.
That was like day of. I haven't heard since.
Okay. Yeah, I hope he's okay.
Yeah, it looked bad, but I think he may have dodged a bullet with it.
Yeah. All right, so I know you wanted to speak on the state of Cleveland flag football right now, as opposed to back in the day. So I know you've been around a while. I know Corey's been around a while. How do you feel? What's the state of Cleveland flag football right now? And you can be honest.
Corey, me.
You?
I think right now, like relatively speaking, compared to the past decade or so, it's on a come up. You know what I'm saying? Which is a good thing. But from where it is now compared to where it was like in the 90s and the early 2000s, it's completely fallen off.
Right.
Because Cleveland, y'all know, was like the mecca of flag football. Like started here, all the championships came through here, and now obviously it's not the case. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel? Because me and Jermaine will be on here later. Me and Jermaine talked, and he asked me, like right now, do you feel part of it is the referee? What I mean by that is the physicality. And we base it off, like when we went to Virginia, some people, and it was only 3 teams from here. It was us, it was Bison's, and it was Ice Cream. And Jermaine felt like the referees in VA was letting things go, like it was physical. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
When we get back here to league play, they tend to call little tedious things. You know what I'm saying? Like over aggressive. And one play that stands out to me, when y'all won the first tournament last year at Holy Name, and I think you know what I'm talking about. When y'all got that interception on the Canes, you went at the quarterback's flag, but you left your feet. You went at his waist. So about it, Richie said that was a penalty. I said, no, that's not a penalty, because he went at his waist. He went for the flag. He's a defender. He just left his feet. Right. At the same time, the quarterback jumped to try to throw the ball. Now, when the ball got intercepted and Little Britt was running up the field, what the defender did for the Canes was a penalty.
Yeah, I kind of remember that now. Yeah.
You feel me? Yeah. So, but in Virginia, they was letting things like that slide. Here, a lot of times they call those penalties. Do you think part of it is because of the physicality? Like what's happening? They didn't got
where you're coming from. I've never thought about that as to being one of the reasons. So, but I can see your point. But I mean, if that's a reason, I don't think that's one of the main ones. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like we ain't losing because of how the refs is call it. Like that's not the problem. It's not that small of a problem. Like that small of like we right on the cusp. If we just had better reffing, we'd be there. Like no, the whole fucking goddamn area fell off. You know what I'm saying? That ain't all because of the reffing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and it's probably a lot of factors. I feel like I feel like one, honestly, you see where is the strongest in flag football now is like mostly like the DMV or the Maryland and Virginia and DC.
Yes.
It's like I feel like what happened was like in the 90s and the 80s, and when teams like Gibbs and all these teams were winning all these championships, I feel like Cleveland was was thriving more and everybody wasn't as broke, especially the people that you're talking about winning flag football tournaments.
Right.
Young black motherfuckers who's in the hood, and you know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like we had working class jobs and people were truly middle class. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where you can be traveling and have all this super organized flag football and still be living your life. Now it's like, how many players do you know that don't travel because of some type of financial issue, or how many teams that don't play because of financial issues?
Right.
But
right.
in Maryland and DC and Virginia, there's still obviously poverty in those places, but a lot of young Black couples and people who are trying to get into the careers are moving out there. You know what I'm saying? That's more of the place to be than Cleveland, Ohio is right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I feel like just the economy is like partially to blame.
Right. So in that aspect, and one thing you just spoke on is the travel. So for the teams, and I say this because of something that Tatum said on the interview the other night. And Richie, I think Richie offered to do it before. Do you think that if our directors, if they were really engaged in wanting Cleveland teams to be better and travel, do you think there's a way that they could like help some of these teams travel to get better? Because my opinion is, in Cleveland especially, I mean, I think it goes across the board. To get better, you need to leave your city. You need to leave your city and play different teams, especially teams who they travel more than you do. You know what I'm saying? So you get more experience. They're probably better than you in that moment. Not saying that their roster, like they have just more speed or more talent, but as a whole, that cohesiveness, that chemistry and all that, they're better than you. They're a well-oiled machine, as opposed to you guys speaking on, the team that's new. You're just running around like a team with chickens with their head cut off. You know what I'm saying? Do you think the directors could help with the travel aspect to get some of these teams better?
See, I think they could, but it's like I know I feel like Mark, and I don't know how Richie works, but I know Mark probably ended up paying out of his pocket a lot of time for these leagues. You know what I'm saying? He ain't making no money for it.
He does.
For him to do that and then turn around trying to help, you know what I'm saying? It's not feasible, or not something that he wants to do. I mean, he probably wants to, but not trying to throw that money in. But how Mikey runs his is like he runs his how they run them DC teams is running theirs. You know what I'm saying? And he has businesses around it, and the jerseys and all that, and he runs, and it's funded, and you see the success they have. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's basically what I'm saying. It's like even Columbus is thriving more than Cleveland now, it seems like, when it comes to stuff like that. So it's like, I think that's a part of it. And then another part of it, man, is like y'all know as well as I do. I think it's like it's some type of knuckleheadedness to all of us Cleveland players. Like, I feel like a lot of us just want to like either just have the ball or play. It's a lot of people that want to play with their friends more than they want to win championships.
Absolutely.
A lot of, I want my friend to play at this position or that position instead of the person that's going to help me win a championship, or, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of that going on too. So
yeah, some people don't want to win, man. Some people don't want to win. We went through this. I'm not going to put the full situation out, but we had a situation actually playoff week. And it just had us on the team with the legends just shaking our head. Like, some people just don't want to win. We sitting here fighting for a championship, and people walking off, people leaving, people quitting. Some people don't want to win.
Right.
But question: so Corey, you said the director should or could help. What type of help do you think? What type of help do you think they should do?
Okay, so let's just take an individual team, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say any team such as Bison that I know of, and such as my team. Mm-hmm. So I have the players pay $20 a month, right? So $20 a month go to our team dues. I try not to use it until a certain part to when we actually need it. As long as I get 100% commitment from them, I'll front load. I'll pay for the league play, right? Mm-hmm. The director, if you say, okay, this tournament is $500 to get in, right? Mm-hmm. I'll pay that registration fee, right? As long as you're a team that y'all have some sort of commitment to, y'all have your own money to a degree. Y'all can get there Y'all can get there. You can drive.
Mm-hmm.
I could even help with room and board. You get what I'm saying? But at some point, let's say if the director is missing out on money, he can come back and say, well, your next registration fee for whatever league, I'm going to raise it a little bit. I'm not trying to get all of my money back. That's if you want to help. You know what I'm saying? If you're just that generous and you want to help, I don't want to get all of my money back, but instead of your registration fee being $400, I'm going to go up. I'm going to go up $150. You know what I'm saying? But
I don't think that's feasible, man. That's not feasible.
It might not be.
That's not feasible. Because then, first of all, people are going to be like, well, we just paid the $400. Why should we pay the $500? You gave us this money for the tournament out of your pocket. You know, that was your doing. You know, we're making your league look good. I feel like you'll get teams that say that. Then if the director does happen to say, you know what, I'm going to pay for outsiders to travel to this tournament. I'm going to pay their entry fee. And you have other teams like, hold up. If we can get that entrance fee paid too, then we want to go as well. I mean, you know, so that could get pricey. And then, like Torre said, I think Mark is coming out of pocket. I don't think Mark is making the money people think Mark is making. I think people think Mark is banking money, but I don't think Mark is making the money. And I tell you in private, I'm like, man, you gotta tell Mark, man, you gotta be about his business.
Right.
It's a business.
But, right. You know, I know. You know what I'm saying? Put his business out there, but
yeah,
one thing is for certain, he definitely don't make that much money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, he's not really trying to.
Yeah.
He love the game.
Right.
He's giving us something to do. You know what I'm saying? He wants to provide this for us because he know a lot of us like it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And people give him a hard time all the time.
All the time.
And you see, that's why, like, I'm very adamant when it comes to him. Like, you know, I'm defensive. You know, people get to talking about Mark like, whoa. You can't do that shit in front of me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
you can do that when I'm not around. But when
right.
you do it in front of me, like, because I know what this guy puts out. Euclid Fields were $200 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the one season, you remember, Torre, when the Mad Dogs played the Canes right before they played Erie's Finest. It was hot as hell out there that day. Everything was in one day, but it wasn't supposed to be. The only reason it was in one day because we had about two Sundays where we couldn't play because it was real bad thunderstorms. And then, of course, you had the normal bye weeks, which was Memorial Day, Easter, and Mother's Day. So now you take those 3 weeks on top of the rain and thunder that got postponed. Now the league done lasted longer than what it was supposed to. The championship game is in the middle of July.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? So that's an extra $200 per hour that he wasn't banking on. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to say, even on those days where it got postponed or it got rained, Mark was doing that up front. It was already paid for. You get what I'm saying? And I don't know how they worked it out or what the details of it was. Mark don't get that money back.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason he don't get it back is because, I mean, they don't necessarily know it's going to thunderstorm or rain that day, but because he had those days already scheduled, they feel like they could have had something else scheduled. So of course they trying to make their money as well. So he lost out on money.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to do it another week. So he was like, hey, this got to get done in one day. And people had a fit about it,
Mm-hmm.
but I understand it because I know what he was paying. And it's a shame that we lost that facility. You feel me? Like that was a good facility. We got 3 turf fields in a 500-foot square radius.
That's good old Euclid trying to get that money. That's good old Euclid. That's
oh boy, was unreasonable though.
Yeah.
The dude.
Yeah, he was hard to deal with. He was hard to deal with.
We was gonna lose. That was gonna come to an end soon. It was the writing was on the wall.
Yeah. All right, Torre, I got one more question for you.
Yes, sir.
Last 10 years, now you sent this to me, so I know your answer. So that's why I'm asking. Last 10 years, who was the top team from Cleveland?
See, this is. I feel I've had this conversation with a few people. It's like, I mean, y'all know my answer is going. I feel like is the Mad Dogs.
Okay.
But I may be biased, obviously. But it's like I feel like it's a lot of teams, like even in y'all situation, Corey, how y'all was like the hottest team, and you probably still are, you know what I'm saying, arguably like the past year or two. And
Right.
other teams have been in that position too, like the Bisons have been in that position, and plenty of other teams. But I feel like consistently we've been a team that won the most tournaments, like be the Cleveland team that's at the last day at the most tournaments consistently. Right. I don't know if it's the past decade, but at least the past 5-10 years or so.
Right. So, so I look at, I'm a numbers guy or whatever. So I would say this 2021. So if you're going to say a decade, let's go back to 2011. So I would say from about 2010 to about 2014, you would say the All-Stars, right? And then after about 2014, I would say the Mad Dogs. So I'm gonna say like the last
All-Stars before that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the last 7 years. I would say the last 7 years of Mad Dogs. Like you said, day 2, a lot of championship games, a lot of ends, you know what I'm saying? Buffalo tournament, Erie tournament, you know what I'm saying? Tournaments here, league play, money, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's fair, and that's one thing, like when people talk about Tony Britt now, because Britt older, you hear, I know chatter, you know what I'm saying? He old, this, that, and the third. I know you saw the top 5 QB list, and some people they didn't mention Tony Britt. Like, if you don't,
I didn't see that, but that's funny.
Exactly. If you don't mention Tony Britt, you don't know flag football. You feel me? Like, you ain't been around, or you've been playing rec too long.
Right. All right. So we're back. Right now we have 2 more special guests with us. We have Jermaine and DeMarco from Bison U joining us right now. How you guys feeling right now?
Good. Going on, man. I'm chilling.
That's what's up. So when we left off, and this was the perfect time to segue into this, we were talking about Tony Britt, and perfect time to segue into talking about Bison U and everything. So I know there was some things going on this season. I know, Torre, you brought it up. You weren't able to play this season. Is that correct? Right. Okay. What happened with that?
Well, I mean, we initially had merged with the Canes.
Okay.
And that didn't work out. We went our separate ways with the Canes. And I personally have played 1 game with the Canes in the league, or 2 games, and couldn't play in the league, which is, I mean, at the end of the day, I obviously want to play, but it makes sense with the amount of money being on the line and teams already, us being on a roster and not another roster. But I know I've seen a lot of people talking more so about us merging, and it was like a big point of conversation. I know you've seen it, Corey, or we had talked about it. Like,
it was a very big point of conversation. Very big point of conversation. There was a lot of people. Some people didn't like it. Didn't like that it was going to happen. So, is that what stopped the merge from happening in the middle of the season? Or
yeah, we couldn't merge in the middle of the season. It was against the rules. But it was always happening. If I understand right, Jermaine, correct me if I'm wrong. It wasn't not gonna happen. They just wouldn't let us.
Okay.
Mid-season.
Okay.
But now, I think like it's kind of like I see what people had to say about it. It's like I feel like at the end of the day, like we've been around and doing our thing, and our biggest issue has been numbers. You know what I'm saying? We go to tournaments with 10, 11 people. I've seen the Bisons for the past decade or so have pretty much the same issue. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Be at every tournament, but not have maybe some of their core, some important guys at tournaments, or the same core of 10 people. But for us to come together and try to form a team to win a national championship for Cleveland, it seems like, to me, like it makes the most sense. And it seems like it would be what people from Cleveland will embrace and will want as two teams coming together, not like everybody hating on it like we on some KD shit or something. Well, we just got sick of losing to each other and just joined together, like, after a season or two, not after a decade or two. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what kind of annoyed me about the whole thing.
Right. Now, do you think people had a problem with it more so? Okay, do you think it was more so because of the timing of it, that they thought it was about to happen like middle of the season? Or do you think more so they just, nope, you don't think so? Okay. You think they just didn't want y'all to upgrade your team?
Know. Yeah, they know.
Okay.
They had a problem with the timing. That makes sense. I agree with that. Mm-hmm. We couldn't do it mid-season. That's why I was up there watching last week.
Mm-hmm. So, because
if they didn't know how effective it would be, they would have let it go on mid-season. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it was some random dudes random dudes from a team, and they wanted to come join the middle of the season, they would have let it happen. But, you know, that's how it works. That's how it goes. So, I mean, if I was on the opposite end, I probably wouldn't have let it happen either. Shit. Right. But like it's fine. It was 5 bands on the line. So that's an easy way to say, like, not to let it happen. But, you know, the time is now. We got to make a statement, though. We just can't come in and talk all this. We got to come in and show this weekend at the tournament.
Right. So, you know me, I was up for it. You know what I'm saying? And I reached out and told the directors, like, let it happen. Like, the people who didn't want it, it wasn't about the timing. They would use the timing. They use the timing as a cop-out.
See, that's the thing. I don't even think they said the timing, though. I think from what I read online, I think it's like DeMarco said. I think it's like he said it's the upgrading of the team. Now, I don't want to speak for everybody, because I even argue, and Corey, you know who I'm talking about. I even argued online with somebody. I said, if it's the timing, then I kind of understand that a little bit, but you can't get mad at a team for upgrading their talent.
Right.
You can't get mad at a team for getting talent that you want to win. Don't we all want to win?
Right.
Yes.
So, you know, as y'all all know, I don't hold back. Mark had no issue with it. Mark didn't have. Richie had it. Richie had an issue with it. And I told Richie, you have an issue with it because you are affiliated with one of the teams that if this move happens, in my opinion, already don't stand a chance. But they really don't stand a chance if that happens. And there was a couple more teams. You know what I'm saying? So my word is fear, afraid. They were afraid. If you're afraid, call the cops. Call the cops.
But I feel Richie's standpoint, though. If it was my business, I wouldn't want that shit neither, because then we win. Yeah. What you think's gonna happen?
Guess what? Oh, so I feel
crying about it.
So guess what? Hold up, Tom. I don't want to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
2 of the better teams that was in league play anyway, and one team won it, was the Columbus teams. I reached out to those guys first. Neither team had an issue. So if those teams don't have an issue, they travel to come up here, right? So indirectly, they could be like, well, damn, if they doing that, that's how they rocking in Cleveland. They trying to do this, that, and the third, but they don't have an issue with it. They still want to compete. The Cleveland teams have an issue with it. That is a problem to me. Because if these out-of-town teams don't have an issue and these 2 teams travel, they have a name out there, they have no issue with it. The teams here that don't travel and don't leave anywhere have an issue with it. Make it make sense. And that's why I tell you, Tom, I can't be a director because I wouldn't be for the money. I'm in it for competitive nature. No, you don't want to you don't want to play in my league. You don't want to play competition. Okay, you don't play.
But like Torre, I like Torre said though, I see I see where Richie was coming from just because of the timing. My problem, like I said, my problem with others was there were people saying you can't, why should one team have all the talent? That doesn't make sense to me. If one team can get the talent to win, what are they supposed to say? Hey, we have a bevy of wide receivers. Here you go. You want a wide receiver? You want a quarterback? No, you don't spread the talent. That's your job as the team, as someone who runs the team, to go get talent, right?
Right.
So go ahead.
So let's speak on that part, right?
Yeah.
And we talk all the time.
Yeah.
So when people talk about these, let's go to these top 5 quarterbacks, general managers or what, right? If you're we're gonna use the NFL. We're gonna use the NFL for a minute. Receivers, players go to a team. They look at the organization, but they also look at the quarterback because the quarterback is the head of the team. So if they believe in the quarterback, if they like, damn, that team got a decent quarterback, that team can help me win. You know what I'm saying? If you have that, you're going to attract players, right? You're going to attract players. If you don't have that, you won't attract players. Don't blame, let's go from the history. Don't blame the Mad Dogs. Don't blame the Canes. Don't blame the All-Stars. Don't blame in the here and the now, the Outsiders and Bison for being attractive. That's not our fault. Look at your organization and look at what you put. Look at what product, look at what players you have on your team. Don't say that we're hogging the players. You know what I'm saying? And the reason that I had an issue with it, because Torre, you know, we picked up Aaron last season 1 week before the playoffs started. And that was for $2,500. Mark really didn't have an issue with it. Aaron got kicked off a team and quit. It was simultaneously or whatnot. The next team was us. I'm trying to better my team. So guess what? I'm trying to compete. Yeah, I'm going out to get him. That's, you know, so, and guess what? If another team would have did it, I wouldn't have had no issue with it. I want to play the best. Everybody know I went 0-11, bro. I went 0-11. I could have quit. But it's like, no, hell no. I'm a competitor. You know what I'm saying? Build my team up. I want to play the best. I don't care who you got on your team. I wasn't supposed to be playing pro in states last year. I labeled as a comp team. So if Bison and Jermaine know, if Bison wanted to go get Tony Britt, and me and Jermaine talk all the time, I said, hey, no shit, get going, go get Tony Britt. Oh, he like, I'm already on it. Great minds think alike. You know what I'm saying? Go get him. And I'm gonna advocate for y'all. I'm gonna tell the league, like, hey, I shouldn't have an issue with it. You shouldn't have an issue with it. The team he played on wanted him off the team. They said he wasn't good. He's old. The arm is a noodle arm. Whatever. Jermaine, go get it.
So Jermaine, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
After this move, after the move is made, well, I guess it can be made now. How good will Bison U be?
I'm not really a talker, but
pump your brakes, Cupcake.
we gonna be we gonna be real good. It's gonna be scary. It's gonna get real scary.
Okay.
If it come together like we know it will, it's gonna get scary.
Okay. And who all is going to be playing with the Bison now after everything?
Torre, you can help me out with the name.
Who's coming to the Bison?
Mm-hmm.
Like the core the core of us that's coming is probably, myself, my dad, obviously, Tony's son, probably Lil Tone, Maul, Mill, K, Calvin, Adam. Some of y'all probably know Adam.
Yeah, Garcia.
With Vine, who was there last week. So I know I'm forgetting some people, Landers. But it's like it obviously it ain't a ton of us, but it's like I feel like pretty much each person that's coming over is an impact player, like one of the best players in the league at what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like Tone Britt is one of, if not the best quarterback around. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Jamal is one of the best receivers. DB Mill is one of the best rushers. You know what I'm saying? People say I'm one of the best linebackers or rushers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's not too many of us, but I feel like it's a good small core to mix with like the plethora of talent and young dudes that the Bisons, you know what I'm saying, already have.
Right. Right.
Now, go ahead, Corey.
So I've told Tone this. We talked and he asked me what does that move do for Bison? And I've always said Bison already had the best secondary in the league. And that's, I'm arrogant. You know what I'm saying? I think the most of my team, you know what I'm saying? I think the most of but from a football standpoint and the realist, I said Bison got the best secondary. Once that move happened, I told Tone, I was like, you can make the argument roster-wise, they are the best team in the city, and we all know it's a bigger picture than the city, but we're just talking about, we're here in Cleveland, you know what I'm saying? So when you think of Cleveland, you say, what's the best roster around? That move, I say Bison, because some of my teammates, they are realists. They said, they're like, damn, that makes it tough. You know what I'm saying? That's a tough matchup. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I mean, I like it. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully in Canton, the championship game, we can give them outsiders versus Bison. And I would love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hit, and one thing, I don't want me for a second, and then I'm gonna get back to Bison, but I'm gonna say something about myself. People say this thing about me being a hater or whatever the case. And, for every team I call shitty, I always try to help them. Now, there are people that I favor, you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad Marco is on here because Marco can be one of those people that can advocate for me. I hit him up consistently and I tell him, way the ball out in Virginia. You know what I'm saying? Good season. Way the ball out the other day due to the circumstances. Same thing with DJ. I go work out with DJ, but I ain't going to be doing that shit too much because the old man can't work out.
That nigga DJ up. He the Terminator.
You feel? You know what I'm saying? I give praise. You know what I'm saying? Hit people in the inbox and say, hey, good job. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate the work, from me, like looking at football. You know what I'm saying? I like what you're doing, period. You know what I'm saying? So that hater shit, man, like that shit dead.
You just a realist, man. So sometimes people may feel like you hating, but I feel like you be speaking facts and you just be rubbing feathers and shit, but ain't nothing wrong with
that. Right. You know what I'm saying? So then back to Bison, like I said, I saw him and I saw them in the tournament. 11 people, a first-time quarterback, 23 teams, which all play seventh. That was seventh?
Yeah, like 6th or 7th.
6th or 7th, you know what I'm saying? And Torre been around, so Torre can vouch for this. It can only be one winner. You know what I'm saying? When you go to a tournament like 23 teams and you place 6th or 7th with a first-time quarterback at a tournament of that magnitude, I made a post. That's big. Bison representing Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. That move with Tony Britt, Maul, Mills, the roster 1 through 20 or whatever you want to say, 1 through 22, 1 through 16. I'ma say it's arguably the best. It's arguably the best roster. Second or 1A, 1B, of course, outsiders. I'm not gonna say. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say somebody else, but that's my opinion. I look at the product. You know what I'm saying? I look at what we went through this season. You know what I'm saying? And to get all our players back, I mean, we did add a kicker, but to get all our players back, we got to the championship game and we had a tough gauntlet. You know what I'm saying? 4 games. So,
right, yeah.
You know, not to knock True Assassins, because I know people gonna see this. True Assassins, you know, they've had some success. They're a good team. But when you look at the rosters and you look at the product, it's Bison or Outsiders 1A, 1B.
I heard somebody told me True had the best wide receiver in the city.
Man, listen.
They be saying that. Hey, he do make plays. I'm not gonna lie. He make the clutch plays too. Hey, True remind me of like the Patriots or some shit. Like they don't have the best roster, but they win games for real.
Yeah.
They win games and they got possession receivers and shit. I don't know how they do it, but that's a good team right there. I respect them dudes a lot.
Yes. Yeah. That Patriot comparison, yeah, I can go along with that. I go along with that.
All right. Well, Torre, we talked earlier about the state of Cleveland football. So this move for Bison U, does that help Cleveland football?
I hope so. I think it potentially can. I mean, It's like us, the Canes and the Bisons have really been the only teams consistently. I'm not including y'all, the outsiders, because I'm talking about like over the past 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, like going out of town and competing to win. You know what I'm saying? Like the big tournaments. It's other Cleveland teams, and it ain't no disrespect to any of them, but over the past 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, like the Canes, the Bisons, and us have been the main teams. So I feel like with us combining us, we should be able to, put us in a position to win some of them big tournaments. And it's like, I feel like us winning big tournaments hopefully opens the door for other teams winning big tournaments or combining or doing whatever they need to do to get over that hump. I feel like so many of our teams are good and we're good locally, but then we go out of town and get smacked. So to the big tournaments and get smacked. And it's like, it just don't make sense for us to keep beating ourselves up the side of the head. Like we had the same average teams, and I'm talking about the Mad Dogs included. Like we hung around a mediocre comp team for a decade straight. Like, you know how frustrating that is? Like we were just an average comp team for most of that decade. For the last 5 years of it, we started winning tournaments and started winning bigger tournaments, probably last 5, 6, 7 years, but we still never won nationals. You know what I'm saying? We still never won like a really big Vegas or like one of the worlds. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember really no teams winning an 8-man from Cleveland. So it's like if we could do that, I think it would put Cleveland flag football in a better position. If y'all as outsiders could do that, it will put us in a better position. I think anybody winning nationals or West Coast nationals in Vegas or any of that pushes us forward.
Right. No doubt.
I think what y'all boys is doing pushes us forward. This show, bringing attention to the league and shit, getting people excited about it. Because it's like,
Thank you.
That's what's gonna get people going. So I appreciate y'all for doing that.
Thank you. It's gotten a varied response. It's gotten we get a lot of love for it, but it's a little bit of hate. It's a little bit of hate. But
that just means I'm sorry, but that just means you're doing what you're supposed to do.
Thank you. Yeah. I will say this though. It's funny that some teams watch it when other teams are on there. Like True watched Up Top and learned a little bit about Up Top. and STV watched. Tatum had a little bit to say about some of the things and some of the teams, but I like that. It's good. And I like talking to you guys. So
right.
I watch them all, man. I watch them all.
Good looking.
Right, appreciate it. And the thing of it is those are the people that watch it and learn things. Like, you know, when you got certain teams on, those are the people who, if you notice, they have some success. They're some of the, you know what I'm saying? You get people on here that watch it, then, you know, so the way the page goes, me and Tone have to approve certain posts. People send us requests like, hey, top 5 quarterbacks in Cleveland. Or I get a message early in the morning, hey, why isn't this person in the top 5? You're worried about the wrong shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you worried about who's top 5? Why you not worried about how you gonna compete for this 5,000 or what are you gonna do in Canton? You know what I'm saying? Like, even had, like you said, I like Tone said, we appreciate the love. I had a person text me at 6:44 a.m. Tuesday. And
just woke up from work.
You know what I'm saying? And ask me, how does the podcast work? You know what I'm saying? They want to get an interview, right? So I'm like, you know, we still new. We trying to reach out to some of the better teams. You know what I'm saying? Like, get some exposure, woo this, woo that. This guy comes back and says, well, I think it should go by seniority. Seniority? Hold up. Whoa. Who the fuck? How? You gonna tell me how to do my shit?
This man Corey funny, man.
You feel me? You gonna tell me how to do my shit? I'm confused. Like, you know, that's like a person coming over to my house and telling me, hey, I think you should have put the TV here. Or you should have. Excuse me? I tell you what. How about you never get an interview, motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? How about you never get an interview? Or you get one last. You're telling me seniority. Who are you? Make it make sense.
Yeah.
So Tone, like, you know,
man.
and I can honestly tell y'all, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to stop no time soon. So Tone, if you want to do the bulk load of questions, because
I asked the question. I asked everything.
I'm saying because
I was about to segue into we can talk about Canton coming up. You know, because Canton. Oh, I see you drinking.
Because I'm about 4 glasses in.
Hey, you see,
I'm definitely feeling it a little.
See, I see you drinking.
I'm worked up a little. So
see, Marco over there drinking Gatorade. Yeah, Marco drinking Gatorade and Corey drinking Jack and Coke.
Time to get hydrated.
So no, we can. I was gonna talk about the Canton tournament, big tournament coming up this weekend. And just the teams looking at in you guys' division. I'm gonna rattle off the teams here. We got up top from Columbus, you know. They came up here, played league, lost to Outsiders. I'm not sure what the score was right before in the semifinal game.
17-12.
We have Gators from up here, Cleveland League, Bulldog Ice Cream, Extreme SFKA. I know they won rec at States. I know they won rec at State. They beat the Gators. Bison U, Outsiders, the U from Buffalo, SBG from Buffalo, True Assassins from Cleveland, Goodfellas from Toledo, Erie's Finest from Erie, and the Canes. So that's a pretty good 12 teams,
Nice
pretty
list.
good division right there. Are they doing the pool play still?
Man, you already know.
So a Saturday, what, 2 games pool play?
Yeah.
No, I didn't even. No, is the schedule? Is it schedule or it's like?
The draft is tomorrow.
Come on, tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Yeah, draft is tomorrow. Yeah. So
that's a good list, though.
that is a good list. So I know Corey said he would like it to be Outsiders versus Bison U, and that would be real good. That would be good. But any other teams on there who you think can make to the championship?
Up top always a threat. I kind of say up top our rival for real, just because we'd have played them so many times in this past couple years for real. We probably played them over 10 times. It's been back and forth. I think they beat us the last 2 times. We beat them at States.
You beat them at States, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we beat them in States in the semifinals, and then they beat us in the season, and they beat us in pool play in Virginia.
Okay.
And then True there too. Do the Canes got a quarterback yet?
So you not familiar with the guy? Jermaine is and Torre is.
Mm-hmm.
So the rumor is that
Arnold got Scooter. Oh, okay.
Arnold is coming up from Atlanta.
I don't think I know who that is. I probably know him.
Yes, you do, Torre. You know, he played with the Falcons. He was the light-skinned quarterback for the Falcons.
Oh, back in the day?
Yep.
Yeah, with the braids.
About 25 yards.
Yep. Yeah. If he played like he used to, they should have a chance.
Yeah.
They're quarterback away for sure.
Yeah.
The Goodfellas be play pro the past few years. I don't know if they maybe lost some people, but they've been a solid team for years.
They added Gorillas of Detroit.
The Goodfellas and Gorilla, because I'm from Toledo. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll be solid too.
Yeah.
And we
so
got
on that, I say, True Assassins, you never know. True Assassins, they got a sound defense. You know what I'm saying? And they make sure
to win something too. They
make shit shake on.
Right.
They make shit shake on offense too.
Ready to go.
But the U, you know who the U is, Torre? That's Team USA.
From like Maryland or something.
Yep. Buffalo.
Mm-hmm. Buffalo from Buffalo.
They got that awkward looking linebacker.
Yep.
Yeah.
We played them before, man.
Yeah, we played them when we was in Canton before.
They got the
last time we
big lineman, the big super tall lineman.
Yep.
Yeah. So I look at them as a threat. So if I had to say just a final,
like it's just gonna be straight. It's gonna be lit every game.
Yeah, it's gonna be a dog fight.
All them teams good though. It ain't no teams in there that don't belong or nothing like that. Like all them teams.
Yeah.
What you got to say, Corey? What you got to say?
It's something a little lower.
Who don't belong?
What you got to say, Corey? Because
I've been like wait for a year, so my perception might be messed up. Y'all let me know.
I think it is.
and go ahead and say what you got to say, and then I have something to say to that.
Hold on, I'm about to. I gotta look at the team list again.
Where y'all see the list at?
It's online.
I just went to my inbox from Mark because Mark inbox the same stuff all day.
Follow Mark. He had too much going on.
Right.
Let me see it though. I knew I shouldn't have done that, but it came to that point.
What's that?
I said I had unfollowed Mark, and I knew I was gonna miss.
Oh, you unfollowed him?
Yeah, I knew I was gonna miss stuff, but it just came to that point.
Why did he send you messages all day, every day?
Yeah, it was a lot of messages. Man.
Yeah, man.
It's a lot of pressure on me.
Mark sent a lot of stuff. I said,
be important. Like 15% of it be important to like next week's games.
Yeah,
lost and everything.
I said, I'm glad my wife know it's all about flag football because Mark sent stuff all day, all types of hours.
Right.
Right.
Appreciate it for it though. I'd be like, okay. Tournament in Texas next August. Bet.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, he used to constantly send a picture of him holding that little baby. You know what I'm saying? And I used to be like, why you always sending that picture? Like, hold on, how old are you? Aren't you like close to 70? You got a newborn? Like, man, you a bad like.
Mark's the man.
All right, so who? Come on, Corey, we waiting.
Oh yeah.
Who don't belong?
I'm not gonna say who don't belong, but I would say the teams that I don't. I mean, I definitely applaud them moving up, and teams that's trying to compete. But if I had to, just from my opinion, who's not gonna win it, who don't stand a chance. So,
Yeah, with a G.
What'd you say?
The Gators.
Yeah, with a G. I knew it.
I knew that's what he was gonna say. That's why I was waiting on him to say it.
No, but I mean,
it's one more. It's one more that I know for sure he gonna say too.
The Gators.
Yeah, me too.
The Gators don't stand a chance.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
that team from Dayton don't stand a chance.
you don't think so?
No.
I heard they're pretty good. I mean, I saw them play. I heard they shouldn't have been. A wreck, and I saw them play. They were pretty good, but
they don't stand a chance.
Okay.
It'll be tough to come up from rec and beat a bunch of teams that's dropped down from pro. You know what I'm saying?
You feel?
It could be in pro.
Right. As good as they have been, I mean, they came here and they won the money league a couple times. Erie's finest. They don't stand a chance.
You don't stand a chance?
No.
I haven't seen them in a while since what? States.
No, they were in East Coast Nationals, but they don't have a quarterback. I talked with Dre. He said that was their problem. They had a bunch of big dudes.
Oh yeah, I remember talking to them now.
Because I think they showed up to the STV tournament like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't have a lot of people, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I'm banking that off of. So I said the Gators, the Dayton team, and Erie's finest.
Gators, and that's why I said go ahead and say Gators. I'm not gonna say they moved up because of you. Mm-hmm. They were playing rec, and then you gave them hell for it online. Mm-hmm. And then next thing I know, they're playing in the comp division.
I could sell water to a well, man.
Man.
I mean, they should be though. They've been around.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of tough.
Bulldog got a chance?
No.
Bulldog ice cream got a chance?
No. And the reason I say that is because I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna have all their bodies, and of course he gonna see this. I think his mind be in so many of the wrong places.
Who?
The quarterback.
Oh yeah.
Armstrong.
Who the quarterback?
Sharif.
Where my boy Scott at?
Long story.
I
think just from, there is a such thing as a ceiling. Some people reach a ceiling. And I said, when Sharif won states, in my opinion, that was his ceiling. Because after states, there was a digression. Like, once y'all states, and I saw the young dudes, like, I saw y'all dudes staying with Aaron, staying with Maul, and that's why I say one of the best secondaries. And then you add Torre now. I put y'all up there, top two in the city, top two. And it's no argument for me. I think he reached his ceiling, and with less, they got some good players. Randy Greenwood is a good player. Scrap is a good player. You know what I'm saying? Definitely borderline great. You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw him in East Coast Nationals. He came and played with us against Cheat Code, and he was doing his thing. I seen him in league play, receiver.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He make plays, but I just don't give them they can eliminate somebody, you know what I'm saying? But they can't go through that whole tournament and win it, even with it being single game elimination. And let's talk football. They can win that tournament in the likes of Bison get upset. Outsiders get upset. The U get upset.
A lot of teams to get upset.
A lot of teams to get upset. It's a lot of
but that's
just play all the easy teams.
You know what I'm saying? And then and remember, once again, for people who see this and they feel some type of way, these are opinions. This is my opinion. You can't say hate. And I posted, listen, hate is when something, there's 5 of us on here. If 5 of us agree on something and we can support what we believe, and there's some stats and some data to support what we believe, and you get the one person that come on and say he go against all 5 of us with no reasoning, that is hate. That's hate. That's hate. An opinion, and you give data and events or whatever, that's not hate. So I'm not hating. Those are my opinions. I don't think those teams stand a chance unless those teams that I just spoke of get eliminated and they have an easy road. That's my opinion.
So with that being said, let me ask you a question then. Why would you, if you don't think they stand a chance, why would you give Gators a hard time when they decided to play rec?
Because what are you still playing rec for? You ain't even won rec. So to get better, some of them talk. And when I say sneak diss, all of that type shit, they start liking comments when people take shots at myself. The outsiders, people don't hate the outsiders. Let's get that straight. They don't hate the outsiders. They hate Corey Clark. That's who they hate. They don't hate the outsiders. They hate me. Because if they hated the outsiders, they wouldn't still be trying to recruit my quarterback. They had a person that played with us in Virginia tried to recruit my quarterback. He doesn't want to play with you, bro. Why would he go play with you? You feel me? Why would he come play with you? You're trying to recruit him? He's not like, he don't talk shit. He's a humble guy. You know what I'm saying? He young. He don't want to get backlash and, people talking about him, all that shit. I don't give a fuck. Stop trying to recruit him. He don't want to play with you.
So
simple.
You feel like, hold on, getting back to the subject. You feel like them. Jermaine
put the glass down.
Just laughed. Yeah, put the glass down.
Put the glass down.
Jermaine just laughing, man. You feel like them jumping up in competition in this tournament, it's gonna help them, even though you feel like they don't have a chance to win.
Yes. What if they go out, and I'm not saying this will happen, because I do feel like Torre said, they've been around, so I feel like they may be able to do something. But what if they don't? What if they get completely destroyed by these teams? There's a lot of good teams in this tournament. Some they've played, some they haven't. What if they get destroyed and get demoralized?
You got a starting point.
What's that?
You have a starting point. Like, you know what you need to work on.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can lose, but it's a way that you lose. You can learn from your loss. You know what I'm saying?
You can't be scared. You can't be scared to lose too. Yeah, you can't be scared to lose. You can't step on the field and say, "Hey, we about to lose, but give me my best shot." Lost. Like, hell no.
Right. So remember, we talked about some of the rec teams like in Columbus. Like Tatum said, like I said, the specialists or 614 Reapers. So that team list that's in Canton, in rec, that's what I give them a chance, because they are battle tested. They know that they are a rec team. That's how they identify themselves. They identify themselves as a rec team, but they play the Raiders. They play up top. They play STV. They travel. They get their head cracked to come back to Columbus in rec and dominate rec. Now the next step for them is to, win one of those tournaments or win states or whatever, and they will be better equipped, or they will have the mental, or they'll know what they need to do. Why? Because they went out of town, they play upper teams, and they got their head cracked. You can learn from it. Now, the demoralizing part, that's a state of mind. You can't get demoralized. How can you get demoralized? That's a state of mind. That's your mental.
Man, I've seen it happen. You've seen it happen. You know how some of these teams, and I'm playing devil's advocate too, right, asking that question, but you've seen teams get beat, start arguing. Next thing you know, it's two separate teams.
They mentally weak. They some beta niggas.
Them dudes been together.
I don't think they know.
Right. And that's why I said I was playing devil's advocate. That's why I said I was playing devil's advocate. Right. They've been together. So I don't think that would happen to them, but I was just saying what if. I'm sorry, Marco. Go ahead.
Like the game, when you moving up, the game move faster. When we was playing in Virginia, that game, it wasn't the same game speed as it's like moving from high school to college. The game is moving faster. They pursuing to the ball faster. They breaking on the ball faster. Everything moving faster. And the only way you get used to that is to play in that or to practice in that. So you're not just gonna come in there and dominate that shit first. Just that shit gonna feel like a tornado. When we played when we played that team, what team was that, man? In Savages?
Yep.
The team we lost to by 3.
Yeah, the Savages.
Yeah. No, that was the team. They was from Baltimore, right?
Okay.
Yeah. First time I got the ball, I got cracked. I'm like, okay, I see what's going on here. Like, they play a little different over here. So we just had to get used to it. And we lost by 3, but we learned from that game. We walked away from that with our head high, and we was proud of ourselves for real. And I think that got us better. DJ was new at quarterback, and he balled out this year. And I just think with Britt coming, that give us that. We got like a offensive minded quarterback. Like now, you know what I'm saying? Like we was getting by with the athleticism with DJ, and he was. Don't get me wrong, DJ was balling. But now that we have an offensive minded quarterback and we gonna sustain drives and have a playbook and shit, like we don't have none of that. Now that we have that with the athletes we have, man, it's gonna get scary. And then our defense, I feel like we lose games 8-0, 8-6, like that. So our defense is already up there to me, and we just adding them pieces to the puzzle. About to be elite, man. We about to be elite.
So Bison, you the new best team in Cleveland?
Hey, on paper.
Yeah, I can't say we're the new best team in Cleveland.
On paper, it look like
somebody got to convince you that the Mad Dogs ain't the best team in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Well.
So we with Bison U now. So I say that.
Okay.
Hey, I'll take anybody's bets on this tournament coming up on us. Anybody bet they want to put out there?
I'm not betting anymore. I'm not betting anymore.
But you done lost some money.
We ain't even played a single game yet.
I'll
take anybody bets.
I did lose a little. I still got to pay Tatum. It wasn't a lot of money. I don't bet a lot of money, but I tried to pay you, Mike Tatum, if you do watch. But when I typed in that Cash App, it came up some woman's name. So I didn't want to just send money.
That might be his wife.
Oh, that might be his wife?
That might be his wife. I'll check though.
Okay.
I paid him for when we played in his one tournament last year.
Okay.
So that might be his wife.
So I
should come up STV.
STV? Oh no, see, it didn't come up that. But so I'm not betting, but I believe you guys could win.
I'm no, like y'all stand a chance. It's just something about that outsider team. You know what I'm saying?
Go back.
You got all your guys?
Yeah.
Hey.
No, he said all your guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk about the outsiders with and without Perez.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
I ain't been there all year, so I haven't seen. So that's not a shot. I just legitimately want to talk about it and hear about it.
Third down,
He's such an elite player that I know y'all miss him not being there when he's not there.
Yes, absolutely.
So I wonder how that looks because I ain't seen it really, honestly.
So without him, it's somewhat of a struggle. He ain't the main reason, but he's a big part of the reason. Like without it, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's some teams. That's just the dynamics of their team. You can take that one person away, and something is different about that team. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That happens in all the sports. You know what I'm saying? That not to discredit none of the other players on the team, but you have those players on some teams that's just that. You feel me? And he plays receiver and safety. I could say the same thing about you, Torre. You take Torre off the Mad Dogs. Where's the defensive? Where's that person that you got to say? Where's that person like, hey, you got to block Torre? You know what I'm saying? Because I know Torre, you remember indoor. I used to tell people like, listen, I used to come to the line of scrimmage. I was like, listen, one of y'all have to block Torre. I don't care what y'all. That's the point of emphasis. You have to get a hand on Torre. And I would say it out loud. Some people like, man, giving that motherfucker too much props. Man, I ain't trying to hear that shit. Somebody block him. That's the threat. You feel me? So without Perez, it's a little more difficult than I like it to be. And that's being real. You know what I'm saying? And I think asking my quarterback that, he would say the same thing. And that's not to diss none of the other players. But, you talking about, Torre, you talking about somebody who, when people, I know you see the chat, people get to talking about pads and people get to talk about D1 ball and semi-pro, shit like that. When you Google Perez Ashford, it pops up Northern Illinois, Cleveland Browns practice squad, New England Patriots, Seattle Seahawks. Some of these people that talk shit, you Google them, it says Facebook profile. Fuck are you talking about? You feel me? Like, what are you talking about? Stop talking to me about pads. I Google your name, it says a Facebook profile. Google don't even know you, motherfucker. You feel me? So it's a little different without him. You know what I'm saying? And to go off of what y'all said, he might not be there in camp. But we got two other players as far as receiver that they can kind of pick up the slack. They can kind of pick up the slack. Two dudes that I got from Gorillas of Detroit. One I got last year after we beat them at States, and another one came over this year. You know what I'm saying? So, I still think we can win it. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, at the end of the day, long as somebody from Cleveland win it, I don't want none of these fucking out of town. Whether it's us, whether it's you guys, whether it's True Assassin, whether it's Gators. Now, if the Gators win, I would definitely have to hear some shit. I'm gonna get tagged. I'm gonna get tagged in all type of posts. Like, damn, yeah, we won. That's cool though. I'm happy for y'all. Mm-hmm. So now, if y'all win it, I don't ever want to see y'all in rec ever again. Because now, if you go to rec, now I think it was a fluke. You feel me? So yeah, it's a little different without Perez, no doubt.
That was a good question. All right, so I think I'm gonna end it with this, and I'm pretty sure all y'all are gonna be humble, but I'm still gonna ask this. I'm gonna start with Marco. Outsiders versus Bison U in the championship at the Canton tournament. What's the outcome?
I say
you don't got to be humble.
Bison U for sure.
Okay.
I say 14-6.
14-6
like that.
And
like that.
Outsiders got a kicker now.
Yeah, that's how they got 6, 2 field goals.
Oh shit, that's funny.
All right, Corey, go ahead.
I'm gonna say Outsiders 20 to 18.
20 to 18.
And the reason I say 20 to 18 because the 18 that they score is going to be because they have a quarterback now, and I believe they are faster than them. I believe they're faster than them. And you know, without a safety like Perez, they can make some my corners or anything, but they got they got a veteran quarterback, a real quarterback now. You know, they can put up 18 points on us. Now, the thing of it is, I believe our quarterback can make plays against the rush. And since, you know, I mean, people going to see the video, you know, I'm not a selfish guy. I play blocking back. I have a mind for the game. I'm not as athletic. I can make plays, but I recruited more blocking backs. You know, I got the Mahone brothers now. So,
are they playing with you in Canton?
They playing with us after permanently.
No, I'm just asking, will they be in Canton?
Yeah, they'll be in Canton.
Okay.
So I'm trying to make it a little difficult for Torre and Mills and Merv. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I know that type of rush, that's an elite rush.
That sounds scary, man. Hey, that
and Lil Mills too.
I'm just talking about the main three, the starting three. You know what I'm saying? Lil Mills is good.
I think Merv had I recorded, I got all the games from this season on my computer. I think Merv had like 30 sacks this season, like on some crazy shit.
You know what I'm saying? So that's an elite rush. You know, I would shy away from it. I mean, I'm definitely gonna be in the game at times, but you know, I needed that for that type of team. Like, you know, I'm a student of the game. You know what I'm saying? Somebody make a move, I gotta make a counter move because I'm trying to be the best. You feel me? So I say Outsiders 20 to 18.
20 to 18?
Yeah, 20 to 18.
Okay.
Corey, just know I ain't never finished.
Just know, hold up. Just know I ain't never finished.
Hey man, we just got to get through day by day. We got to win. See, what we got to do, we always fucking lose during pool play, so that give us a tough day on the next day, and we never had a number, so we always be beat up by like we'll have 2 games left, and we struggling to get through the one we in. So I think with all these guys now, we can rotate, and I don't have to play both ways the whole time. It seems like now and stuff like that.
Right.
That's gonna benefit us in the long run.
Right. No doubt.
And that's good to hear that, because I know a lot of players don't like it if you take them off for playing both ways, whether they're tired or not.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I like to stay in the game the whole time, but I don't want to start cramping up and stuff like that because it'd be hot out there.
Yeah.
That's like what 5-6 games. That's tough to do. That's tough to do if you're in shape, like tip top shape.
Right.
All right, man. Outsiders versus Bison U. What's the outcome?
It's Bison U all day. Score. I say we can put up about 3 score.
3 score?
Mm-hmm. It might be
Give them 9.
Give them 9.
Give them 9. 3 field goals?
3 field goals.
Yeah. Y'all got us fucked up.
Hey,
Okay,
I'm gonna keep it all. I'm gonna keep it all the way. I'm gonna keep it all the way gangster. But this defense about to be something nasty that ain't nobody seen. So it's gonna be scary. Like top to bottom, rush, secondary. Yeah, it's
gonna be scary.
gonna be scary.
And Torre, I'm gonna end it with you, but I have a different question for you because I know you'll say Bison, you will win. My question for you is: can Corey block you? When you look across
the other question, bro.
What's that?
I was better off with the other question.
You were better off with the other question?
That was more sensitive.
When you get to that line of scrimmage and you see Corey right there with his leather helmet on, can he block you?
No, what's funny is I'm not about to answer that question. What's funny is Corey, and Corey, you know this too. I'll be playing, I'll be rushing against Corey, and it's like he'll come to the line, and he'll be like, it'll be some random play, third down or something. He'll be like, yeah, I got him. He do all this chatting.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, Corey ass about to release. He ain't saying that the whole fucking game. He's like, I got him. I'm blocking middle. I'm like, nigga. I just snap ass rush and then be right on your ass. You'd be like, man, Corey, why you on me every time I go out, man? Like, nigga, because you up here trying to mind fuck me and talking every time you trying to, like, you about to trick me into rushing harder and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about too, nigga.
Hey, do you remember the first tournament that y'all won last year? Do you remember we had a fourth down play and we threw it to like the back quarterback and we was going for the first down. The back quarterback threw it to me. They wind up giving me the catch, but Torre hit me. Now I caught the ball, but of course, once he hit me, like I didn't think he was there. And I bobbled it out of bounds and shit. So I turned around and I looked and I'm like, now wait a minute. Now I know I'm older, but when I was on this release, when I got to the flats, that motherfucker was in the middle of the field in between the hash. How in the fuck did he get over here to this sideline? Because I was like, I caught it with one hand. I was ready to style and profile. And here we go. Boom. Hit me in the back. I'm seeing little flashes of bubbles. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I saw little flashes of bubbles. And I turn around and I'm like, you know what? So since he's playing with that type of intensity, the next time I go to the line and I know I'm releasing, I'm about to say all type of little shit just so he can go back for the quarterback and leave me the fuck alone. Like, but that's funny that you said that, Torre, because that's funny because I definitely do that shit.
See, he picked up on it, so you might have to stop doing that.
Yeah, no, most people wouldn't though. You ain't got to stop with me. Most people be falling for that shit. But
little things like that, fellas, that's what I'm talking about. The difference in the mentality. Mm-hmm. A student, a person who pays attention. You know what I'm saying? For him to be able to say that and playing against me, that's somebody who pay attention. Like, okay, this motherfucker ain't saying nothing all game. He talking all this shit. It's a release. That's a student. I can get that off against other people. You feel me? But not him. And what did we say? One of the better defensive players. You can make the argument in the state, and that's being real. That's real.
Don't miss no flags.
Yeah, he don't miss flags.
I remember.
Don't miss flags.
He dive a lot. He dive.
I appreciate it. I feel like for fucking years I've played harder than anybody in the fucking state. Yeah. I just always played harder than everybody. Now it's coming to the point where I know the game and I'm haven't lost that much of a step.
Right.
And it's all coming together. But I feel like, bro, I just try to play harder than motherfuckers for real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I just so happen to know the game a little bit, but I just really be out playing motherfuckers. I'm not the fastest, strongest, none of that shit.
Right.
I'm trying harder.
All right, gentlemen. Oh, go ahead.
Torre ain't give us a score. He ain't give us a score.
Oh, go ahead, Torre. Give us a score.
Bison's 2-0.
2-0.
Shutout, straight defense. Which y'all expected.
That's good. They're
gonna snap the ball over the punter head again.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Hey, I just watched that whole game too. I made sure I watched it before I came on here just so I could pick up some pointers to talk shit. But y'all, it wasn't bad.
we don't have that center no more.
Oh boy.
Corey handing out pink slips again.
You saw the video.
Hey, somebody on the sideline said, "Are you
did.
fucking kidding me?"
Listen, I felt
That's something can't happen.
Hey,
Ain't nobody rush you. Ain't nobody rush you. You can't do that.
But look though, your
Center.
punter should have caught it though. He was bullshit.
Who was that center?
Well,
That was
you
number
took
8, right?
Art. His name Lottie Dottie.
Oh yeah, quarterback dude.
Yeah. Like,
But look, your punter ain't show no effort to me. Like he just put a hand up. He should have jumped.
but you know why? You know what's so funny? He told us he cannot catch a football.
Wait, what? Why the punter? I ain't see it, man. What? Why the punter was trying to catch the football?
It was
And it was over his head.
Like the snap?
It was over his head.
Oh, damn.
It was like right here. Like he could have grabbed it with one for real, or he could have jumped and grabbed it with two.
Why he ain't just
put
could have
one
came
up.
up and got it under center if he can't catch?
Because he ain't never played flag before.
yeah.
So
Hey, I'm one of the best punters in the league, though.
5 racks online.
right. I saw that, Marco.
I'm one of the best punters in the league.
I saw that punt. That was very impressive. That was impressive. That was very impressive.
Who at the line told me he was gonna block it too. I said, not a chance. I played punter in high school though, for real.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. There you go.
Who told you they were gonna block it? Which team?
It was STV.
Oh, they blocked one of Corey's punts. Well, not Corey, but
that was
that one STV that blocked it.
That was
true.
And Bird headbutted the ball.
Yep.
Oh, that was true.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting my teams mixed up.
Hey, that almost made y'all lose. That's crazy.
Right. No, but we was locked in on them. So if anybody, you know, people say they students of the game, there's certain things that just don't matter. That the way we rushed him in the first half, part of that game, that is how you rush him. You put 5 in that box. You man up on that center. Those 2 outside, you mirror. And the 2 go straight up the middle. You can even send 3 if you want to. One of the people on the outside don't have to mirror. Dead in the water. And yes, true assassins, I said that. Locked and loaded.
Locked and loaded. Gonna watch this and he gonna get in his playbook.
He's gonna be in the comments. That's what Sean gonna do.
Certain things
to be Sean or Justin. I'm telling you. Yep.
Right. And you know, I talk to the who's outside of football, so they know it's all love. At full strength, y'all will never beat us again. Ever.
No.
You might be
you sound like Mike Tatum.
No. Oh, Mike Tatum. When we see you again in states.
Y'all
kind of spoiled.
Hey, STV gonna be so surprised when they lose to Bison U next time we play them. They gonna be like, what the hell? And then that little number two ranking gotta drop. Gotta drop. I'm just saying. That's how it worked, right? I don't really know, but I just know the number 2 ranking. We be on their ass, and they know that.
Right.
They know it. They might see this and act like, you know, they beat us, but we be on their ass. They know it was 0-0 at halftime.
Right.
Oh no, they were struggling. They were struggling in both games. The regular season and the playoff game. I watched the game over. They had to come out of halftime with a whole new adjustment. I'm like, yeah, they came out in the full spread. So that's what teams do when they scared.
That's what's
up. That was y'all old shit with Sharif. He had come out second half after running the normal blocking backs and switching the spread.
Yeah.
Here we go with this spread shit.
Right.
Torre, real quick. I know we ended. So, when did the Mad Dog start? Like, when was it originate? Like the year?
Bruh.
You know?
No, like when my dad took over the Mad Dogs, I had to be like 12 or something, bro. So but he took over the Mad Dogs, and they was an old school team from back when Day used to play. So around Day's era, because Day always be telling me, he like, I was original Mad Dog, blah, 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 blah. And some other old school dudes around Day's age have said that to me over the years. So I would assume around, back early 80s or something. I don't know.
Because we've been around, like I had to ask Steve, he said since 2003. And I came on the team in 2005. So the two teams that's merging, coming together, it got history.
Super history.
You know what I'm saying? And it's legit history. And I'm talking about we done battled against them. You know what I'm saying? So it just, like you said, it's just right that it's coming this way.
I came up 16, 17 years old battling against Steve and Paul, playing corner in a prime, bro. Like battling with them, but idolizing them at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Because they was the star receivers. They wouldn't even let me play receiver. I was lucky to be playing corner. Yeah, and them Kings.
That jersey right there.
Yeah.
That black one.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
It's crazy because I think y'all colors at one point was burgundy, right?
Yeah.
Around that same period. Yeah.
I remember them days. Poo-poo. All them cats. Poo-poo in his prime.
A little bit of Cleveland history, Cleveland flag football history for everybody out there.
Oh, we old.
You ain't old. I'm old. Shit. Corey definitely old. Where'd he go?
Corey sleep.
No, Corey, you good? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm probably the second oldest on here. I think.
I'm
Jermaine.
40. I'm 40.
Oh, I'm the third oldest on here. Okay. All right then.
Mm-hmm. Corey, what your Bongos gonna do this year, man?
Nothing.
11-6.
On that note, it's been nice talking to everybody. That's the perfect way to leave.
Hey, we'll see y'all. We'll see y'all Saturday, man.
All right. Good luck to everybody.
Everybody be safe.
All right, be
Good
safe.
talk. Good talk.
All right, y'all.
All right, bye, y'all.